Hello, everyone. Welcome to Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. It is Friday. I feel like this has been like kind of the longest week ever, but also the shortest week. I don't know. It's one of those crazy weeks that I never know what day it is, and then it's finally Friday, and I'm like, oh, really? Already? So what are you going to do? But that seems to be almost every week for me. So I'm hoping everything is good. For some reason, my view is really small, so I hope I can see you all, or that, better yet, you can see me. So if you're just jumping on, then give me a shout out, and welcome to Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. So as you can see here, we are shouting fall, because that's what everything here is pumpkins and acorns and leaves and beautiful shades. I love this color combination of the gold, the copper, and then mint macaron and Cajun craze, and then of course your vanilla, and this is like every other sheet. There's also early espresso in here too, which this is not actually in the suite, but this is that fabulous, what is it called? Faux suede trim. And it's like fuzzy, kinda. I don't like it is, but it isn't. I will say that when you tie this into a double knot, it is quite thick. I was not too happy with how thick that double knot was. So this might just be best used like as like a little divider on the card rather than an actual knot, because like I said, a double knot to make it nice and secure was pretty intense on the thickness scale. But smash it down a little bit and still send it through the mail, you'll be fine. So I am loving this beautiful autumn stamp set. And the awesome thing is it has these coordinating punches. So you can just grab and go, and quickly you can punch out any of these stamped images. Hi, Tammy, welcome. The other thing is these punches match the items on the designer series paper. So how cool is that? Not only is it with the stamp set, but with the paper too. So you can punch out any of these and get that fabulous look. But let me show you all of the back sides to these sheets, which are a little bit like lighter, more rusticy, less shiny. So you can see this is where that early espresso comes in. And you can also punch out all of these leaves too. So how cool is that? Hi, Casey. Happy Friday. So yeah, there's so many options for punching on the designer series paper, which it's already colored. You don't have to color that in or stamp it or anything. But also you can use it with the stamp set. So I'm just going to set that aside. I also have some gilded gems and some gold sequins here, just because I thought they looked fabulous with this suite. So with this stamp set, of course, there's the punch for this leaf, and the acorn. And then there's also that super fun two-step stamping. So you can see that these two go together, the pine cone, the leaf, the acorn even has 3, and then that leaf too. Oh, and then that little bitty leaf too also has 1. And then the fabulous greetings. Life is Better with You is probably my favorite one. So I just kind of wanted to share with you a little bit about that two-step stamping and the different color combinations that you can get. And then, of course, you can always punch those out. So a lot of times I like to do two-step stamping where I use the same color, but I stamp off once. So, and a lot of times people ask me which one to stamp first. And to be honest, I feel like practice makes perfect. Sometimes I go one way, sometimes I go to the other. So this time I'm actually going to stamp the outline one first. And I'm doing that in full strength. So you have that fabulous look. And then this one is that fill-in one, and I'm actually going to ink this one up since I just got out a new pretty grid paper, I'm going to bring in a different one to stamp off once. Just so that I'm not ruining my grid paper like within minutes of bringing it out. And there you have that fabulous look. It's kind of little, so I'll hold it up there for you. Hopefully you can see it like this. I'll let it catch up so that I can actually see that you're seeing this. So there's lots of different ways that you could do that. Of course, I'm going to try one with the Cajun Craze too. So we'll go with this one. Of course, you could always mix and match. You could do an early espresso background, and then you could do a Cajun Craze like inside. So I stamped off once for this one. So a lot of times stamping off once makes it lighter, of course, so it makes it easier to see through. But sometimes it's actually easier to line it up on that than it is to line it up the other way. So I'm actually going to clean this one off, and I'm going to stamp it in the early espresso just to show you a different look. Ooh, now see, this one's harder to look at. See, I do not recommend that. So I kind of nailed it. It's a little off. I actually like the tone on tone better than the two-tone one. The two-tone one just looks dirty. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like the all Cajun Craze or the Cajun Craze with the early espresso? So I also brought in a couple of my other favorite fall colors: pumpkin pie, crushed curry, real red, and cherry cobbler. Real red can sometimes be a hit or miss. Sometimes I like that pop of bright red. Otherwise, a lot of times I do just like the cherry cobbler. And of course, Cajun Craze is also another one. These are like my fall go-to colors: Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie, crushed curry, and cherry cobbler. Let me know what your favorite fall color is, or what colors you only use during the fall time rather than throughout the rest of the year. All Cajun, yeah, I'm liking all Cajun too. Hi, Dawn, welcome. Let me make sure my comments are scrolling. So most of these colors I only use during the fall. I don't know that I've ever used Cajun Craze when it's not like August to November. That's just, it's not one of my colors. Cherry Cobbler I use through the winter because I do like to use it a lot for Christmas cards. But that is a color that I really only use fall into Christmas, and then I'm done with. Pumpkin pie can sometimes be used throughout the year as that bright orange color with like kid cards and stuff. But I don't use that one a ton. That's probably why I'm super excited to see mint macaron in this suite, because it's just different and I love this color. So of course, crushed curry is a color that I kind of use throughout the year because it's, again, one of those sort of basic yellows. And I kind of go back and forth between liking Daffodil Delight or crushed curry. Like, just kind of depends on how bright I want it to be. So let's just play around with a few different ones and see what we can come up with. For these, I super recommend stamping the outline first and then the solid image second. It just seems to be really easy. And when I went the other way, it was super hard. So, not recommended. But again, I find that to be personal preference on literally every single step or every single stamp that I do. It just kind of depends on how much of an outline it is or how much detail it has, or sometimes even what color I'm using. So one question I have for you guys is, how much do you guys use the stamped off once technique. I use it all the time, I feel like. Even more so lately, it seems like. Maybe it's just because I'm too lazy to get out multiple ink pads. So I just like to go with that monochromatic look, but that two-tone, dark and light. But I use that all the time. There are so many colors that you can get from one ink pad just by stamping off once. And I'll show you that here with this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do, well here, I'm going to do Cherry Cobbler. That one I was a little off. You probably could do it again and scooch you over just a hair. I swear, I stamped it. Nah, it's there. Hi, Angie. It has been a while. How are you down in Texas? Are you melting yet? Okay, but I want to show you guys this color. Let's just go pumpkin pie. And there's full strength, stamped off once, stamped off again. Look at those three colors. This one is almost like a light little peach color, whereas that one is that bright, bold pumpkin pie. So look at that variation in color that you get. This one looks so dark. Of course, give it a second, it'll dry and look a smidge lighter and stuff. But look at the color variation that you can get from one ink pad just by stamping off. That's full strength, stamped off once, stamped off twice. Hi, Cindy, welcome. Staying out of the heat, I don't blame you. We actually had a couple days earlier this week, it's starting to heat up again, where it was like cold out. Like it was in the 50s and 60s in the morning. It's crazy. I'm so not ready for fall, even though that's what we're doing today. But you always have to stay like one step ahead of the game, right? But yeah, here are my different leaves. That's cherry cobbler, crushed curry, and Cajun craze, or I'm sorry, pumpkin pie. And then my Cajun craze is down here. And somehow, I'm not quite sure where that came from. I just hope it's under control. So now I want to show you guys some samples now that we played with some stamping. I'm just going to move these out of the way so I don't end up with a mess because I'm bound to do that. Oh, of course we can punch all of these out too. The easiest way to punch them is to stamp first and then punch. So hold the punch upside down, line it up, and punch. And that one's like angled weird. Which color is your favorite, Cindy? It's kind of the combination of all of them that really give that fall rusticy look. So there we have crushed curry, early espresso, cherry cobbler, and pumpkin pie. Super, super fabulous. You could always add in some green ones in there. You could also do these cards with green ones into spring and create a lot of the same concepts just with green trees rather than the fall colors. Okay, so a couple of things that I did is I made this card where I stamped the various images. The pumpkin is actually a two-step stamping, and the squirrel is not a two-step stamp, but I was able to ink that up with half of it with crumb cake, or all of it with crumb cake, and then half with the early espresso. So happy fall, y'all. And then this one, I actually stamped that little background image behind the greeting, but I stamped off once for that really light look, but yet it gives that fabulous subtle background. And then these were actually punched out with the designer series paper. Super, super cute. And then this is the card that I used some of that faux suede, and that knot is super chunky. So it's a little chunkier than I prefer, but I'm loving this card. I think it looks super fabulous. Very basic. These are all 1 inch, so you can get so many of those strips out of designer series paper, and you can use both the front and the back of the paper. So you could just cut 2 different patterns and get different looks with the 4 images or the 4 prints. So, you know, you could do this side and you could cut a 1 inch strip along here, and you actually get you get 2, I think, because this is a little bit more. Is this 3.5? Maybe you get 3. They are 3.5. So you can get 3 of them from a 1 inch strip. You could even do like brown, then the gold, silver, and brown on the other side, and do it like that, and only cut 1 inch strip to create a card like this. But yeah, so little used, but yet such a fabulous look for a card like this. And have a beautiful day. This is the perfect Happy Mail card to make for all of your fall Happy Mail. Do you guys send Happy Mail? I hope so. We all love to make cards, so we should make them and enjoy sending them out to make others happy too. So you could always add a little, that looks fabulous. Look at that. Just a little extra. Or you could like throw a whole bunch in there as like little confetti. They pull the card out and boom, leaves everywhere. Happy fall. Isn't that cute? I did leave a link in the description for this entire suite so that you can get the stamps, the punches, the designer paper, and then there's also some of this ribbon as well as like some copper ribbon. It comes as a multi-pack, and this ribbon is so soft and so fabulous. I sat there and like played with it and pulled it tight and like popped it, and it just bubbles, and it's super fun. So if you're ever losing your mind in your craft room, like I always am, then you can play with that for hours on end. But yeah, that is what I have for today's dose of stamping therapy. I swear I might actually put that on that card because I feel like it goes. It's super cute. Here's a different one where I actually wrapped the ribbon around to the back. Some of you guys may have seen that one because I feel like I've done this one like a couple weeks ago on Dose of Stamping Therapy. So you might have already seen that one. But I will be back next Monday, Wednesday, Friday for more stamping therapy. If you have a suggestion of something from the holiday catalog that you would like to see, whether it be a product or a paper or a stamp set or something like that, let me know and I'll do my best to make that happen. If there's anything even from the annual catalog that you would like to see, then just keep me posted. Don't forget, there is the pajama party. I can't remember what day it is. I want to say it's like the 23rd of August. And I'm creating the Gorgeous Posies kit. So I'm super excited about that one. I can't wait to put it together. I know my pajama party in June, so many of you guys loved that kit and all the purples and everything with it. So I hope you guys will join me for that pajama party on the 23rd. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd. As we get closer, of course, I'll let you guys know that exact date. But that will be stamping therapy at 8 p.m. and we'll be wearing our PJs. Bye, Cindy. Enjoy your fur babies. I hope all goes well at the vet. And yeah, so that's everything I have. I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend. We have 0 plans. Of course, it's kind of hard to not have plans with a 2-year-old. It's not like you can just lay around and watch movies or take naps like we used to do. So yeah, we'll probably be playing outside or running around, maybe going to a park or something like that. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Definitely stay safe and stay healthy. And I'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.